Alzheimer's is a form of dementia, the major form of dementia. It's not the only. We can have strokes and stuff like that, and there's some other genetic forms. But Alzheimer's is the major form of dementia, which means you lose your mind.
Well, my father isn't the person I knew. I mean, he's somewhere in there, but he's not the man I used to know.
I go to see him, I take my mother, and it just breaks my heart because it breaks her heart when he says, who are you again? You're my sister, right? You know, who are you? And that really hurts.
For most of human history, adults have had a calming hand on their shoulder, the hand of the elder, the voice of the elder. And we live in a time where that is not available to us. And that's frightening in many ways. We need elders more than they need us.
My idea worth sharing. Alzheimer's is preventable and even reversible.
My first guest today is Michael Morgan, whose mission it is to significantly reduce the deaths from Alzheimer's worldwide in the next 5 years.
Hi, I'm Michael Morgan. I'm an instructor for the UpLedger Institute, and I've been teaching cranial sacral therapy in North America and around the world for the last 18 years. I'm also the author of the Body Energy Longevity Prescription, How Cranial Sacral Therapy Helps Prevent Alzheimer's and Dementia while improving the quality of your life. The purpose of this is to provide resources and help educate you in the possibility that Alzheimer's and dementia are both preventable and even in some cases reversible, and that there's hope using alternative methods such as cranial sacral therapy to change the outcome of what I call the diseases of aging for millions of people.
Wow, she is a remarkably different person. She seems happier and easier to have a conversation with, and she can follow the conversation.
On a week-to-week basis, he recalls more now than he did when we first started.
She said Roxanne, and it took me a minute to figure out that it was her saying Roxanne and not someone else, and then to adjust from the shock of that. And then while I was adjusting from the shock, she said, "You know I'm talking to you. I just said the name I gave you. You're my daughter, Roxanne."
So I started to research. And what happened was that I, with some nurses at University of Iowa, they helped me put together a pilot study. And we looked at people who had mid to late stage dementia. And all we did was this thing called a cranial sacral therapy still point for 5 to 10 minutes every day for 6 weeks. And we found out we got clinical and statistical significance, meaning that people began to recognize their caregivers. We had one 100-year-old lady that began to speak in complete sentences, and they began to be aware of their surroundings, and things started to come back. After about 3 weeks of just 10 minutes a day, we started to see the shift.
It actually got to the point where I'd go to show up to see Mom at the nursing home. And, I was used to finding her in her room, and all of a sudden I had to go looking for my mom in order to find her, and she'd be out, sitting at a table with one of her friends, and they were having a bit of a conversation, or she would be doing something with one of the volunteers, and that was very unusual for Mom at that point.
And in that relaxation, all those toxins clear, they start to remember things more easily. They're less confused. They can actually find their keys instead of losing them.
He does feel, and he voices that he feels the cranial has helped him in his day-to-day living. He now bathes almost daily, which he didn't do before.
Handed me my phone, and she said, "Find your father." And I was turning the phone on to text him, and she goes, Dallas, the name you're always wanting me to say. And then she goes, "Oh, never mind. He just walked through the edge of the room there."
Wow.
And I said, "Where?" And she goes, "Dallas is standing right there. He's in the office. He's making copies or something." And said why he was making the copies and who he could be making copies for.
So that was a noticeable change.
Huge jump.
Yeah.
Huge jump.
People can begin to feel, oh, I feel this. And the bones are connected to this membrane system inside the head. And the bottom line is this helps reset the central nervous system. It's like rebooting your computer or pushing that red reset button on your furnace. And it can help the whole system start to change and enliven and evolve.
She went from feeling like she was on the verge of dying to being very much more here and present and alive.
It's like every family, everyone who has someone they're concerned about, or perhaps someone that's already moving into the Alzheimer's or dementia, you can actually teach them in a workshop how to be of service and stop the progression, potentially reverse this.
Yes.
Anybody can learn these techniques. They're beautiful and simple and phenomenal.
So I believe, along with regular changes of diet and exercise, cranial sacral therapy can help us retain our memories and continue to maintain and sustain our relationship with our loved ones and sustain and improve our quality of life.
It's been a wonderful experience for me as the daughter to be able to have that time with my mom, and to be able, sorry, I cried, sorry, to be able to, she's taken care of me my whole life, and to be able to give her something back for her quality of life has been really big.
I wish I'd known about your work. I didn't.